Peace. Peace. Damn, happy now. Now is a vibrate, of course. We're not going too far in the past. We're not going too far in the future. Right now. Dealing with entities, dealing with energies jumping ship right now. I've been catching a strong download of the vibe of us just having to be more aware on the aspect of like, what does like these different entities and modalities of consciousness in so many words, but these different conscious energies or entities that's trying to jump ship. Like, this bodysuit is like a planet, it's Earth. Like, and two, when you look at biblical information, they talk about Earth or they talk about a temple, they talking about the body. Because Solomon being able to control Solomon had control of the demons in the temple. And the demons in the temple, those Damians, not necessarily demons in that sense. More so, again, the 72 Goetia, or the 72 energy vortexes within the Pioneer area, which turns into the Ring of Solomon, because those 72 vortexes or 72 energies are also like, 72 little, again, like what they would call Damians or demons. But again, the English language kind of, has these like, creates like a fucked upness dealing with words. When you hear, again, demon, you automatically think like, oh shit, this is something that's coming to be evil. Matter of fact, you tie it to the word evil, and when you hear the word evil, that has a certain connotation that may not be accurate and a certain explanation, especially when we're talking about spirituality, because there is no good and evil, there is no right and wrong. We are that primordial darkness, that source, playing out certain situations in order to have experience. So somebody gotta be the quote-unquote villain or evil. Somebody gotta be the good person. Somebody gotta be the hero. Somebody gonna be the villain. Because, in order to have an experience, where everything is just not one big glob of one consciousness, it takes those different little situations. But again, getting back to, to what we're dealing with, again, this is like a little planet, and you got to be careful on what entities and energies you allow, on your planet, in your plane of existence, in your universe, and it comes through, matter of fact, through all the portals, through the eyes, whatever we watching, the nose, whatever we smelling, the mouth, whatever we tasting, the ears, whatever we hearing. And also the importance of, dealing with this energy in connection with the ancestors, like the ancestors, it's all right for us to connect with the ancestors and give thanks, and have that type of connection. But, also just always being consciously aware of, how we interface with ancestors. Because, if you're not aware, you may deal with them or invite them, to be active within your body on a level where it'll end up pushing your inner guidance and your inner soul in the back seat. And like, although you may feel like, oh, this is in alignment, it may start to become like, well, again, like, because even for myself, I have to be aware that, like, I'm not like the energy of, the Papa Legba, Gede, Baron Samedi energy is not like governing, my being and making sure that I'm doing things in alignment with what feels right to my true soul, my true soul and my true inner being. But again, that's why they got like little cartoons. I think it's like Full Metal Alchemist had, a lot of anime had this, where like some people actually like do a little truce, which is a personification, but like, say for instance, like a deal with the devil, but it's a deal with the devil within themselves, or the deal with a demon, where they'll connect, like say for instance, you could use that, connect with a certain energy or entity, but you got to be aware to always, because matter of fact, that's why on certain little cartoons and anime and stuff like that, like where I think about fairy tales, where one of the chicks was like, she willed the zodiac signs, and like certain zodiac signs had like a strong energy where if she couldn't show that she had the authority, that that zodiac sign wasn't listened to. Basically, she was using zodiac signs like Pokemon. So she'd be like, "Hey, go Virgo," and it'd be like it'd be like a little entity or being of the Virgo energy. But again, she had like one being, I forgot what it was. It was some type of celestial spirit, but like she could never get that spirit to listen to it because she didn't, demand that authority in a certain type of way. And that's also with dealing with these energies. You got to be aware, of dealing with terms and conditions as well, and how you, like how how you interface with all these different energies, ancestors, different deities, and too, just not that, but just different realms of consciousness. Because again, an entity, in the essence, like I think about, because like right now, matter of fact, you and your soul fam will be having to check each other on boundaries of subject matter and different little aspects. Because, again, like I might smoke herb, and one of my brethren and sisters don't mess with the herb right now. But like, say for instance, the ideal of smoking herb, that's like a conscious entity in essence that says, hey, we want to smoke herb. There's something in my vessel, you know what I'm saying, that wants that herb intake that may not be in somebody else's vessel. And so when say for instance I go around somebody who don't smoke like that, like, and I go to be, oh, you want some, or or if, say for instance I was in a mode of not being consciously aware of how those energies move, because I'm consciously aware of that. So I go around people, I'm like, bro, I'm not even gonna ask it. Like sometimes I'd be like, well, not knowing, maybe not picking up on the energy, but just being strongly about not trying to pass nothing to somebody else. Like, I sit by somebody and won't even offer them the herb just to make sure I'm not, But again, that's another thing too, is terms and conditions, and you gotta, it's up to us to hold ourselves accountable and remember that, at the end of the day, it's you that allow things in and out, regardless. So, say for instance, if I was to offer that person, a hit of the herb, yeah, it's that energy trying to bring that person into that realm. But I'm just genuinely, just seeing like, hey, you might feel like smoking right now, you might don't, but that's your free will to say, yeah, like you gotta hold yourself accountable in your energy to be like, all right, no, or yeah, you know what I'm saying, and not, because another thing too, which is basically like a somewhat of like a demonic energy in essence, or again, anything that tries to influence you or get you to see its point, you know what I'm saying. And we all, and that's how much they have normalized demonic behavior, you know what I'm saying? Because we all probably find it normal to try to influence somebody. Hey, you gotta see it how I see it, like telling jokes and like forcefully having that energy of like trying to like like laugh at this joke like me. Like that's you can only express it, but I'm not gonna feel the same way you feel, or you know what I'm saying. But that's an energy trying to push your inner guidance to the back seat. Because in that moment when somebody tell a joke, if it was funny like that to you, your inner being or whatever, you would fall out laughing. So the fact that the joke has been told and you didn't laugh, that means your inner being didn't get it. But then here comes the person like, hey, you get it? Like, because when it is trying to forcefully put that in, that viewpoint within your being. And that's like a small level of it, but like that's why I always felt super uncomfortable when people did that. Like, when they tried to like, make me like try to see the joke like they see the joke, or like somebody presenting some music to me and they trying to get me to feel like how they feel. And it's like, bro, that's your song. Like, this song probably was a song that you and somebody sentimental to you vibe with or whatever. I don't have that same connection as you, and nor should you try to like influence me to have that same perspective view. Your energy, like again, because think about it, that's a demonic energy. If you can't sit at peace and be like, oh, well, that person likes what they like and I like what they like, like say if you cannot sit in peace in a vibe of like, oh, well, shit, that person just likes what they like and I like what I like. Because again, I look back at the demonic energies within myself, like trying to come out in the essence of trying to influence somebody to see my point of view. And I look back at that and I'm like, yeah, that was that type of energy. Because again, when we in peace and one with ourselves, and we not trying to forcefully push nothing on nobody. You know, we like, shit, to each his own, you know, live your life. Instead of that, oh no, you know, you gotta see this like how I see it, because, you know, you just gotta see it how I see it. And it's like, now I share my perspective, you know, but you do not have to see it how I see it, you know. But you know, that whole aspect of these energies, you know, jumping ship, and to be aware again, you know, dealing with the ancestors. And I did a video about schizophrenia a while back, but there's a whole thing with schizophrenia, you know, and somewhat you know, the bipolar disorder, more so schizophrenia, where it's basically like a busted pioneer, like a busted server. Imagine if, you know, you had a radio and somehow, like, some button got stuck to where the radio not only stays on, but the tuning knob goes, you know, through the stations constantly, like what it goes to the lowest station and then the highest station. So, you know, or it goes from AM radio to FM radio, but like something with your radio where it's just constantly on and open. That's the same thing with schizophrenia, is that, you know, your phone to the ancestors, instead of you having control over dealing with it, is like on some like almost like a leak or something, like, well, basically again, like the server busted and just all ancestors just coming through on some uncontrollable vibes. And that's why a lot of schizophrenic people, you know, one moment they seem super courageous, the next moment they might be scared of something, or the next moment they like eating this kind of food, and the next moment and that's on a simple level. On the real level, you know, they jump through different ancestors. Like, you know, a schizophrenic person might be like, howdy, partner, how you doing right now? Channeling the ancestor that lived in that time. And then the next 2 minutes, it'd be like, for art thou such and such, you know, or, you know, be like, you know, like they go through these different, you know, vibes of all these different energies, you know, and